What's up guys, this is Miasin. Just before I start this video, kind of have a little something I want to say concerning my last video about the Dark Magician support. I think a lot of people, just in general, in Yu-Gi-Oh! And YouTube, whatever, sometimes people make videos and the people in the comment section, they completely clearly miss the point. I made a video on how Magician Souls might get banned, and that does not imply that I am dumb enough to believe that Dark Magician will become a tier 0 deck, and my video got quite a lot of dislikes because some people are genuinely stupid enough to think that that was my message behind the video. Now, I don't know if you started playing the game in 2021 or in 2020 or whatever, but if you don't know anything about Magician Souls, honestly, try not to comment on videos that concern the card, because you're not really making a really good case for yourself if you are, because Magician Souls is almost not even a Dark Magician card at this point. It was mostly a Spiral card on the release, because it literally made Spiral single-handedly one of the best decks in the entire game by a landslide, and Magician Souls was abused in Lunalight. So you really can't argue the fact that Magician Souls is an extremely generic card that is played in just so many decks, and it has absolutely nothing to do with Dark Magicians. So again, I'm just trying to kind of clarify a few things, because you're always going to have some pretty stupid and entitled people out there who just constantly want to have an opinion on literally everything, even when they truly, clearly have no idea what they're talking about. And that's just a huge problem that I have with the community right now. I think the casual community is even worse now than it was before. I really do have a big problem with that, because, like I said, if you're not sure about something, not even talking at all is just a better idea. But anyways, so some new Dark Magician, okay, I'm one day late, but some more Dark Magician cards and Blue Eye support. I'm going to actually go in depth this time. This is not a live reaction video, so I do know what these cards do, but I'm going to try to break down whether these cards do have potential or not. So yeah, let's get into it. Magician Salvation, it's a field spell card, meaning that if you really want to, you can play more than just 3 copies of it. It's just, I don't think it's really worth it. So you can only activate with one card with this card's name once per turn, and you can only activate the second effect of this card's name once per turn. So on the activation, you can set Eternal Soul directly from the deck. This actually doesn't start really well, because it only sets from the deck to the field, and not really from the deck or graveyard, meaning that if you only play one Eternal Soul, this card becomes a Garnet when you do draw that Eternal Soul with this field spell, because you're not actually generating like plus 1, and if you're playing way too many Eternal Souls, like 3, that might be too much. If it actually set from deck or graveyard to the field, it would have been pretty cool, because you could have, you know, this card in your deck with absolutely no drawbacks whatsoever, and, you know, afford to only play one Eternal Soul. But one big issue that I have with Dark Magician is that the deck doesn't actually recycle back or recur back cards that well. I know Magician's Rod recurs itself back, and Eternal Soul recurs itself back, but you're not recycling back your circles and your souls from the grave to the hand, so you kind of just stop being really oppressive once your cards get kind of stopped for the first time, and if you're trying to maximize consistency by cutting down the amount of copies that you play, might actually be really bad. Some good Dark Magician players actually recommended me to only play 1 to 2 of both Dark Magical Circle and Eternal Soul, and I do agree with them. I do believe that 3/3 is way too much. It breaks very often, and against the meta, you're not allowed to break, and this is a huge problem with the meta game that I guess we had since 2019, 2018, 2017, whatever. Breaking is just no longer allowed. But yeah, second effect, if you normal or special summon a Dark Magician, Dark Magicians, or Dark Magician Girl, you can target one of these monsters, special summon from the graveyard one Dark Magician, or Dark Magician Girl whose name is different from the targets. Now there is, I think, the not Amulet Dragon, the Dark Magician, the Dragon Master, what, Dragon Knight, whatever, it's a fusion monster. It's always considered Dark Magician on the field or grave, if I recall correctly. So if you summon that, you actually can summon, well, actually, yeah, it's treated as Dark Magician, so you won't be able to truly summon Dark Magician, the real one, from the grave, so you would have to settle on summoning Dark Magician Girl, which I think is a bit bad, but at least there is some form of incentive behind playing Dark Magician Girl outside of just generating that extra draw 1 with the quick play spell. I kind of forgot the name, but yeah. Okay, so overall, what do I think of this card? I think it's not good. I definitely don't think it's a good card whatsoever. I think it will have little to no impact on the deck, and this is just not how you support a deck whatsoever. I'm sorry, but I'm just giving my actual opinion. Oh yeah, Shatter the Darkness. Continuous spell. You can only use each of this card's name effect once per turn. First of all, if you first effect, if you normal or special summon a non-token normal monster, you can draw one card. Now, this is cool because it's not just Dark Magician support. So pretty much everyone can play this, and you generate long-term advantage. So I actually really like this card. I think it has the potential to be played in just a bunch of decks that just summon normal monsters. Like, for example, in Metal Foes, this card is already pretty nice because you're always summoning your non-token normal monsters, either normal or special. You can draw one card, and then you still have it on the field as a continuous spell, so your Metal Foe skill can pop this card, set something. It's just a free card, I guess I want to say, on the field. It's not really a +1 on your turn 1, it's a fake +1, but after turn 1, it truly becomes a +1. So honestly, I really like this. I think it's good. Yeah, I'm happy. This is already enough to make a card viable, but as hilarious as this may sound, I actually think this is really bad in Dark Magicians, because your normal summons are not vanilla monsters. They're like Magician's Rod. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And your special summons, they kind of happen during the opponent's turn. Like I mean, the special summon for like vanilla monsters, right? Dark Magician, you're not really summoning Dark Magician on your own turn, outside of if you're going Magician Souls to summon back Dark Magician instead of summoning the Magician Souls. Apart from that, I mean, it's a free target to send off of Souls, so even in Dark Magician, it's pretty respectable. But yeah, overall I think this is a great card. I really like it, even just with the first effect, but it does have a second effect. So when one of the following monsters you control declares an attack and battles an opponent's monster, I'm sorry, but this is definitely not a good start. This is not good because it's a battle effect, which are considered to be the weakest effects in the entire game. Like, the Mirror Force cards have extremely high impact effects, but the cards are not relevant. They're strong, but not relevant. But yeah, until the end of the turn, the monster gains attack equal to the attack of your opponent's monster. Like, yeah, sure, you can kind of do some nice things. Well, obviously there are conditions. A level 5 or higher normal monster, ritual summon monster that uses a normal monster, or a fusion synchro or Xyz monster that use the normal monster's material. Yeah, I mean, it's great, right? So you're pretty much always destroying the monsters that you're attacking with, but yeah, it has to declare an attack. So that if it was just like when a monster like battles that use it, like that fulfills one of the conditions, would have been really cool, because even during your opponent's turn you would have some form of pressure. But overall, I mean, this could see play in Blue Eyes. It could see play in Dark Magician, kind of, but it's not great in Dark Magician. It could definitely see play in Metal Foes. Absolutely. I feel like Illusion Chaos was like a better Metal Foes card than a Dark Magician card, even though it's great for Dark Magicians. But yeah, overall, great. I'm happy. Alright, the True Light. This is like Eternal Soul, but for Blue Eyes, kind of. You're gonna see Continuous Trap card. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. So first effect, apply one of the following. Either special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or grave, so literally Eternal Souls effect, or directly set to your field from your deck one spell or trap that specifically lists the card Blue Eyes White Dragon in the text that has a different name from cards you control and in your graveyard. Alright, let's try to figure out how many cards can you really do that that actually use Blue Eyes White Dragon in the card text. There are not that many spells and traps out there. There's Burst Stream of Destruction, Bingo Machine, which is actually not that bad, Chaos Form, I think, does it have to specifically list Blue Eye? Yeah, okay, exactly. So you can set Chaos Form with it, or Rage with Eyes of Blue, which isn't great, Strength and Unity, and for the traps there's Destined Rivals, and the Ultimate Creature of Destruction. Now, Destined Rivals is actually kind of good. It works for both Dark Magicians and Blue Eyes, but this is a Blue Eyes only card, in a way. Even though you can argue, yeah, you don't have to play Blue Eyes in order to use this card, so technically you could set Destined Rivals, or that's the name of the cards, yeah. And Ultimate Creature of Destruction, I want to say, is probably like the most appealing out of all of them. But yeah, overall, I mean, I think this is good if you're playing like super control-heavy Blue Eyes. You're not playing like the Guard Dragon stuff. Well, you can still play Hieratic Seal, that definitely works, but yeah. Blue Eyes White Dragon in your monster zone cannot be targeted by your opponent's effects. That's already very good, man. A 3000 attack Cosmo Dark Destroyer. It's pretty nice, man. If this face-up card in the spell and trap zone is sent to the grave, destroy all monsters you control. yeah, it would have been better if it didn't have that effect. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to kind of take advantage of the fact that it blows yourself up. I don't think there's like a level 9 synchro. Yeah, okay, definitely not. Rank 8 exceeds now. Yeah, destroying your own cards, not the best. It would have been really insane if it said like all of your Blue Eyes monsters, become unaffected by your opponent's card effects, but I think it would have been a bit too good, and it would have completely overshadowed what Konami is trying to do for Dark Magicians. Yeah, I mean, it's cute. By the way, there's something that I kind of thought about when they initially released Dragoon. They combined Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon to make Dragoon, because Joey and Tem are kind of friends in a way. They are friends, you can say that. Even though I want to say the main friendship is Yugi and Joey, and Yugi doesn't actually play Dark Magician whatsoever. So, yeah, I wonder if Yugi and Kaiba, since they kind of have a good friendship, or rather, should I say, Tem and Kaiba, they go way back. If they could get a Baroque infusion like that, where you play Blue Eyes and Dark Magician in order to summon, like, a gigantic monster, you know, maybe it could work, and this time without the Red Eyes Fusion BS shenanigans, because I think people are kind of tired of that. I still don't believe that Anaconda is the problem. Every time people give me their arguments, it's just very weak. It's just weak, I'm sorry, but yeah. Still, you can still try yourself, and if it works, but whatever. Anyways, my goal isn't, like, to brainwash anyone into believing, like, the way I believe. My goal is just kind of to give you as many options, and as many perspectives, rather, so you can kind of have a better, I don't know, view on things, instead of just thinking linear and premature and being like, oh, well, the community thinks like that, so therefore you should think like that. Nah, that's sheepy, man. What? But yeah, I don't know. That's just, it almost felt like a rant video, but it's just that sometimes when I make YouTube videos, I'm not allowed to be authentic. I'm not allowed to be genuine, because there's always that political aspect where people just, they frown upon me actually being honest and straight up about something, whereas DP Yu-Gi-Oh! He can straight up say that a card is ass cheeks and nobody gets offended, which, it's just, yeah, I mean, it's almost part of his personality at this point, so, yeah. I mean, it's technically part of mine, too. It's just that, I don't know, people just think things, and they think I'm, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. if you actually want to have, like, more in-depth conversations, usually the best way is, like, one-on-one, because these YouTube videos, you kind of learn my thought process, like, very on the surface, so it's not really ideal. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I know this was kind of heavy, but it was necessary as well. I just had to get it out of my chest, because I don't know, I was kind of got me angry in a way, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.